Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Super Show. Today we're going to be talking about who is the second greatest player of all time, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Now, who is the first player that's the greatest of all time? That, of course, will be Bill Russell. Bill Russell has 11 championships. Michael Jordan has 6 championships. LeBron James has 4 championships. So, what makes Michael Jordan supposedly better than LeBron James and everybody else? 6 championships. So what would make Bill Russell better than Michael Jordan? 11 championships. He has almost a double. So let's get into it.
Do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do, so stay tuned and keep your ears glued to the stereo, cause here we go. You say Detroit, chicken, I'm the sinister. Mr. Kiss My it's just already afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day, cause I'm already given afraid to talk about anything.
So for Michael Jordan, he came to the NBA in 1994. LeBron James came into the NBA in 2003. They both have very successful careers. Most people will tell you that when it comes to the best players in the NBA the last 30 years, the people that everybody talk about is LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Okay, so even though Jordan is widely regarded as one of the best players and pretty much is considered as the GOAT for the NBA, I believe there's a little bit of bias to that because number one, let's start with this. When Michael Jordan came into the league, he came into the league with a team. Jerry Krause, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Krause actually did Michael Jordan a favor by building a team around him that helped propel him to his greatness. LeBron James, on the other hand, I hate to say this about the Cleveland Cavaliers, but they did nothing of the sort to try and help LeBron James be a better NBA player other than whatever God-given skills he was given. There was no extra players added to the roster. It was, hey, we have LeBron James. He's the number one pick. He's from Cleveland. The boy is a beast. We're going to put him out there and we'll see what happens. Now, you see the difference automatically? LeBron James, a man on a mission by himself. Michael Jordan, a man on a mission with a team and a coach around him. So let's compare these numbers a little bit, okay? So Michael Jordan, of course, came out in 1984. He was the third Birdman from the fifth floor, right? He was the third player drafted in his class. LeBron James, on the other hand, came out 2003. He was the number one player in his draft class. Okay? They all had, LeBron James had four season MVPs compared to Michael Jordan's 5 season MVPs. Michael Jordan has six finals MVP. LeBron James only has 4 finals MVP. So the number is not that much off. They only off by 1 or 2 here or there. The difference is Michael Jordan played 13 seasons in the NBA. LeBron James is playing his 18th season in the NBA. And those 13 years, Michael Jordan made it to the playoffs 11 times. LeBron James, in his 18 years, has made it to the playoffs almost 18 times. You see where we're going? You see where we're going? The man, he's already better by the numbers, okay, without having a team built around him. Then on top of that, you have LeBron James has won a championship with every team that he has been on. Okay? Now, he was on the Cavaliers first. He didn't learn to win just yet. He had to leave Cleveland. I know people was mad, but he had to leave Cleveland to learn to win championships. And he left, he went to Miami. Now, statistically speaking, yes, I will agree with Scott, Skip Bayless when he says, LeBron should have 6 championships right now because the 4 years he was in Miami, those should have been championship years. Yes, those should have been championship years. But the first year was a growing pain year. I'll give him that. The last year he was in Miami, that should have been a championship. Now, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. There's more to come. There's more to come, ladies and gentlemen. But I would give you his last year in Miami. That should have been a championship year for LeBron James, D Wade, Chris Bosh, and all of the Miami Heat Nation. Now, second, all right, when Michael Jordan, the so-called greatest player of all time, by all the ESPN, all the NBA gurus, left the Chicago Bulls and went to the Washington Wizards. Do you ever notice nobody never talks about that? LeBron James leaves Cleveland, goes to Miami, automatic #1 contender. LeBron James leaves Miami, comes back to Cleveland, automatic #1 contender. LeBron James leaves Cleveland, goes to the LA Lakers, automatic #1 contender. Michael Jordan, after winning 3 back-to-back championships in 3 separate years. I know some people tell you that the Jordan year don't count, but statistically, let's say there is a year he won 3 championships. He took the year off. He came back. He won another 3 championships, and then he immediately left and went to the Washington Wizards. And you would say, now this guy should be heading straight back to the finals. No, did not even make it to the playoffs. So you telling me the so-called greatest player of all time left a team that was built just for him, came to the Washington Wizards, and didn't even make it to the playoffs? You can't say that about LeBron James because when he leaves a team and goes to another team, they make it automatically to the playoffs every time. Not only do they make it to the playoffs, they damn near make it to the finals every time. Again, do we see where we at on the Jordan, LeBron debate? Jordan, yes, he is considered the greatest. LeBron has the greater numbers, but people won't give it to him. But we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Now, like you say, Jordan has his 6 championships. Okay. LeBron has his 4 championships. And again, I'll give you the growing pain years. You have the 2007 when uh when he went to the first championship final with the Cleveland Cavaliers and they lost. Understandably so. The man had been only in the NBA for 4 years and he already took the Cleveland Cavaliers to a final, even though they lost. Michael Jordan, on the other hand, remember, he came in 1984. He did not take his team to the finals until 1990. 6 years. So LeBron already got you there 2 years ahead of schedule. Okay? Got you there 2 years ahead of schedule. Sounding like the second greatest player in the NBA of all time? Should be, should be, should be. Now, the next time he make it to the final, of course, was the first year with the Miami Heat. He lose to the Dallas Mavericks. They win the next 2, come up to his 4th year with the Miami Heat. And yes, let's be honest. You know what I mean? He was getting a little wary. The mind wasn't in the game. You know what I mean? Leaving Cleveland weighed a lot on this man. Think about it. You know, he's from Ohio. He's from Akron. He's been an NBA player for as long as he can remember holding the basketball. So he always had dreams of playing in the NBA. Now you're playing for your team that's in your city. And you left not because you did not like the Cleveland Cavaliers, but because of the owner. The owner don't want to get nobody there to help the man. You know what I mean? If you at your job, okay, and your job have you working 80 hours a week and you asking for help, we're gonna get you some help. They gonna get you some help. 80 hours a week, not getting no help. 80 hours a week, not getting no help. How long, how many years would you give your job opportunity to fail you? And you are giving it not only 100%, but you are literally giving these people your blood, your sweat, and your tears. Because anybody will tell you, LeBron James is getting to the finals. Now, LeBron James might not win the finals, but he's going to get you there. But look at what he has around him. The Celtics, yes, yes. I know. They gave him some fits for a few years, and that's one of the reasons why he left. But it was LeBron James versus Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Rajon Rondo. Again, one man. Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar? When he comes back to Cleveland, they went to the finals. Guess who's the new upstart? You have the Golden State Warriors. And yes, Kyrie Irving did get hurt. Kevin Love did get hurt. So of course, the Golden State Warriors won the 2015 championship. And they were considered, hey, these guys, the next guys up. You know what I mean? They, just like Chicago Bulls, these guys were drafted. They spent their whole career up to this moment with the Golden State Warriors. The team is built for them. The coach is built for them. Everything is going in their favor right now. Come back the second year, 2016. LeBron James coming out the East again because he is called the King of the East for a reason. LeBron James is called the King. The Toronto Raptors have been the number one team every year. LeBron James is beaten. Guess who gets past them? The Milwaukee Bucks. Guess who gets past them? The Boston Celtics. Guess who gets past them? Detroit Pistons. Guess who gets past them? Every time LeBron James pulls out the stops, he gets to the final. That's why he's called the King of the East. So he makes it back to the final in 2016, and now he's going up against the Golden State Warriors, who is now being considered a team that is better than every Jordan team out there. Better than the first 3 years, better than the second. Now they have the most winning records, and they won the championship. Now they have the Splash Brothers, Steph and Clay, and yes, they was looking good. Cause let me tell you right now, they hurt my feelings. Okay, the Golden State Warriors hurt my feelings. I can tell you this right now: when the Golden State Warriors went up 3-1 on the Cleveland Cavaliers, everybody in the NBA say this is over with. It's just a formality. They just gotta win one more game. They gotta win one more game now. One more game. And they are the NBA 2016 Finals champion. Because nobody else has ever come back that deficit. But LeBron James by himself lost in 2015. But this year he wasn't by himself. Kevin Love was healthy this year. And most importantly, the reason why I'm still going to propose there be two Finals MVP, Kyrie Irving was healthy. Because look, there is no 2016 championship without Kyrie Irving. LeBron James, as good as he is, he still needs help. He's only human. You got it. If you play a team sport, you gotta have team players that can show up and be there for you. Kyrie Irving was that man. Kyrie Irving was that dog. And when I tell you, he looked at Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving looked back at him. They ain't say nothing. Cause they ain't gotta say nothing. They looking at each other. Like it's just me and you out here. LeBron and Kyrie. 3-1. Okay. Then it was 3-2. Oh, we'll give him that. We'll give him that. Then it was 3-3. And people like, all right. They showing some fight. They making it interesting. I remember the one reporter, his really nice, spectacular, multicolored jacket. And he was telling LeBron like, hey, we thought Golden State was gonna win it, but we are glad that you're gonna take it to Game 7. LeBron was like, yes, sir. We got something to prove. We out here. We trying to do something. Very nice. Can't remember the name off the top of my head right now. He had on a really nice multicolored jacket, and you could tell they both gave each other mutual comments of respect. It wasn't like, hey, trying to dog each other out, nothing like that. Now, you coming down to Game 7, which is in the Golden State Warriors house. They are considered the best team ever in the NBA because now they have the best record in the NBA, better than any of the Chicago Bulls. Now remember, we were supposed to talk about the Bulls, but we ain't talking about them right now. Right now, we're talking about the Golden State Warriors, who is considered to be better than the Bulls at this point in time. All right, so they better than the Bulls, and they better than Jordan. All LeBron James has in his back pocket right now is Kyrie Irving, Evan Love, Tristan Thompson, Richard Jefferson, Herman Shumpert, and J.R. Smith. All right, that's all he has. That's all he's working with. But the man that is showing up the most and helping keep the dream alive for Cleveland, because yes, who's keeping the dream alive for Kyrie Irving? Golden State, Game 7 in their house, considered to be the best team ever in the NBA. Going for a two-piece. Remember, it's just a formality. They only have to win one game. 3-1. Now we got 3-3. We don't have to put it up too much with suspense. We all know history right now. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, pulled out that 2016 victory. Now remember, the Golden State Warriors, they only going up really against Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. As Kobe Bryant called it, the two kings. I mean, everything either starts with LeBron and ends with Kyrie, or starts with Kyrie and ends with LeBron. That's where the ball is going. That's all you got to stop. And they couldn't stop them. Not only did they know they couldn't stop them, they also knew they could not beat them for the next how many years LeBron James and Kyrie Irving were going to be together. Just think about it. Like when you go back and you watch, the great teams, the Lakers versus the Celtics, Detroit versus the Bulls. You know what I mean? These teams was like, hey, we're coming back next year. We're going to practice harder. We're going to be healthier. We're going to be stronger. And we're going to beat them next year. Guess what the answer was for the Golden State Warriors? There's no way we could get any better. There's no way we could get any faster. There is no way we can get any stronger to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, to beat LeBron James and Kyrie. There's no way. Did you not see this championship? Did you not see the man tell me to tell my wife to have her dinner ready? And I couldn't do shit because I'm like, what do you want me to tell her to make you for dinner? That's how bad LeBron James and Kyrie Irving was owning the Golden State Warriors. They pretty much was about to turn into a team in the East. They was about to turn into a team in the East because LeBron James and Kyrie Irving was about to own these dudes. Like, they on the corner, $2. What do you call them? $2 what? Paying pennies. That's how bad LeBron James about to own the Golden State Warriors. And they said, hey, there's no way we can beat him. They had to go get the second best player in the NBA at that time, and the man who had the most skills, just like LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Now, as history would tell you, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, the Cleveland Cavaliers, did make it to the finals the next 2 years. But now they got beat by the Golden State Warriors. Not because they knew they could be, but they needed an extra person. They needed the second best player in the NBA to come to their team to overcome. So you already had Steph, you already had Clay, you already had Draymond Green, the donkey, you already had Andre Iguodala. You had four guys that's putting up points against two, and they still needed a fifth player. That's the whole team. They need a whole team just to beat two. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times have you seen the team that was going up against the Chicago Bulls said, hey, we can't beat you, Jordan. What we're going to do is we're going to pull all the stars from that team over there, put them on this team. So this way, when we play you, you're pretty much playing five All-Stars. How many teams you know got five All-Stars on? How many teams you know got five All-Stars starting on it? Going up against two. 5 versus 2. So even if they take out 2 each like they did last time, they each took out 2 each, you now had the X Factor in Kevin Durant. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you that is one of those where when you watch the game, you saw it was going from the jump. Only because, just like I said, they handled their responsibility and they took off 2 players. But you still have the X Factor in Kevin Durant. And who was the best team on the Golden State Warriors for the next few years? People tell you, oh, Steph is one of the greatest players of all time, or they like to say the best shooter of all time. He was still second on the team to Kevin Durant. All right. Who won those finals MVP? Kevin Durant. Who was the reasons why they won those finals? Kevin Durant. Who was the reasons why LeBron James and the Golden State Warriors, statistically, if they would have played with just the teams that they had, most people would tell you it would have went 50-50. They would tell you it would have went 50-50. But when you add such a monumental player to your roster, Kevin Durant, a team that's already considered to be better than the Chicago Bulls, that would be like the Chicago Bulls adding Shaq and Kobe Bryant. The Chicago Bulls is already an undefeatable team, and then you add 2 more undefeatable players. That's what LeBron James is going up against. So when people tell you, yes, he has 10 finals appearances, but only 4 championships, this is what the man is going up against. Okay, the 2007, you take the Cleveland Cavaliers to the finals only 4 years after being in the NBA. Not too many players have done that other than Michael Johnson, not Michael Jordan, Michael Johnson. Okay, let me correct myself. And then he went to the finals again. The first year he was in Miami. Growing pain year. Lost. His final year in Miami. Should have won that one. Now these 2, I'll give him these 2, but this third one, he should have won that one. So it should be 5 finals. But he lost. Okay. The first year, he was back in Cleveland going up against Golden State. Now that's 4 he done lost. Okay, but he's playing by himself against the Golden State Warriors. Kyrie's out, Kevin Love's out. So now he has 4 losses. Now you have the next two final games where he's playing the Golden State Warriors, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? He is losing because you cannot overcome five All-Stars, five Hall of Fame players on a starting lineup. Okay, this would be like an NBA team going up a girls' high school. You could put LeBron James on that girls' high school team, but he's still playing by himself. Yes, there's players on the team, but they're not active players against these five NBA players. All right, so that's what LeBron's doing up. So other than the two that he lost, in Miami, that you know, four of those championships is any team. If you were to play it, you just got $1 billion, how much it takes to buy an NBA team, and you want to start a team, and you have the choice to choose between LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Who's gonna get you there? If you just put him on a team that's not built around him, it's not gonna be Jordan because you see what he did with the Wizards. He did not couldn't even make it to the playoffs. If you put LeBron James on the team with nothing around him, he's gonna make it to the playoffs and he's gonna make it to the finals. Who is the better player? Now, if you want to spend the time to try and build a roster, you see how long that takes, and you see how much failure that takes. But as far as just putting one star on the team and maybe having one other player with some good skills that could help the man, you might actually win the championship. So let's just say, you know, for the most people, we'll go to Jordan route. Okay, we look at the Washington Wizards. You're not making the final, so you're definitely not making the playoffs. Okay, let me reverse that. You're not making the playoffs, so you're not making the final. So you just have a superstar on your team that you're paying, but you're not making the final. Now you have LeBron. You're gonna make it to the playoffs. You're gonna make it to the final. You might not win the final, but you're gonna make it there. As a fan base, which one do you think your fan base would rather have? Would they rather not make it to the playoffs at all completely? Or would they make it to the playoffs and make it to the final? The question's up to you, ladies. Like I said, this isn't a debate of the greatest player of all time. It's about the second greatest player of all time. Bill Russell, number one. LeBron James, hands down, number two. And I'm gonna tell you why, most people who probably haven't followed basketball, they don't understand why, with this logic, LeBron James would not be ahead of Michael Jordan. But it's about virginity. Alright? For people that understand, we majority of adults, we understand virginity. Usually the person that takes your virginity is somebody that you will love for the rest, no matter what nobody else tell you, you're always gonna love it. And that's what Michael Jordan was to a lot of these ESPN players, uh, announcers, all the NBA players. When they fell in love with basketball, it was Michael Jordan. So when LeBron come across, even though he's a better player, they gonna find reasons to tell you why Michael Jordan. Remember that girl that just got beat up by her boyfriend, and now she's back with him, and now she's trying to tell you the reasons why she's back with him, but then she gets beat up again the next day and calls you for help, and then the next day she's back with him, and then you're like, why you keep going back? Do you not know the reason? That's what it's like talking to Michael Jordan fans. They love Michael Jordan no matter what. And I can understand that. I can tell you, as a young human being, I went to a few Jordan games. I remember seeing Jordan in person. But there's something different when you go to a LeBron James game, okay? Because a lot of times it really is just LeBron. The first time he was in Cleveland, LeBron. When he was in Miami, you did add D Wade, you add Chris Bosh. When you come back to Cleveland, you had him and Kyrie. When he went to LA, it's him and AD. You know what I mean? But outside of his number two guy, you know, if they can't stay healthy or if they can't really produce at key points, so that's where, a lot of times where, people will tell you if this was Jordan, he'd be wanting the ball. If this was Kobe, he'd be wanting the ball. If this was Shaq, he'd be wanting the ball. If this was Larry Bird, he'd be wanting the ball. If this was Bill Russell, he'd be wanting the ball. But he's still only one guy. It's a team sport. He can't score all the points by himself. If you pay attention to some of the times when some of the NBA players throughout history have scored the most points ever in their career, they still end up losing that game. And believe it or not, some of the times when these NBA players score the most points in a game, they still end up losing. To a team sport. And now you have LeBron James, who is still going to make even more NBA history, prove himself even more of a great player. Whether or not where you put him on the list, it doesn't matter. His greatness is solidified. His monumental effect on basketball is solidified. And now he's about to be playing the first player ever in NBA history to be playing basketball with his son. And not only is he going to be playing with his son, he's not going to be like coming off the bench, playing, getting a few minutes in with his son. He's going to be starting. He's the leader of the team. This man has played so long and so great that his son is now playing in the NBA. And his son gets to witness the greatness of a LeBron James from field of play. What LeBron James gonna do, we don't know. But just think about it. Just think about the history that's going down right now. You are living in 50 right now. If you're not looking at an NBA game, the one you should be looking at is the Lakers. Because I can tell you right now, a motivated LeBron is an unstoppable LeBron. People talking about his son is not that good. People are saying his son shouldn't be in the NBA. People are saying he pulled too many strings to get Bronny to be on the team with him. And there's going to be bad luck for that. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who's going to make it to the finals? LeBron James. Now, I'm going to stop right there. I don't want to jinx nothing. But they are going to make it to the finals. Because this man is playing with his son. Think about that for a bit. Can you find any other reason to be more motivated to be the best LeBron-like player ever than playing this season with his son? So, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed my podcast today. I'm going to try and work on my ghost stories probably later on today. But, of course, the Super Show. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, formerly X, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbean, and yes, Amazon podcast coming soon, Apple podcast coming soon. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Hey, you heard about the good news? Y'all sleeping on me, huh? Had a good snooze? Wake up, wake up. We about to get this paper. Money never made me. Made me do something, nah, can't make me. Even if the money low can't pay me. Even if the money low can't play me.